Hi, this is Dr. Andy Barlow, and welcome to tonight's webinar on how to stop following the pack and be trying to build a better beta and actually focus on becoming a winner and being the lead alpha. That's tonight's topic. Now, there's going to be 4 books that I'm going to highly recommend for this topic. This is not an all-inclusive search here or a number of books, but number 1 is Grant Cardone, 10 Times Rule. If you haven't read that book, read it. If you've read it, read it again. And it's just one of those things that every year you just need to pull that book out and just read it again. And again, we're not just reading books. We're studying the books to learn how to apply these books to our life. And I think a lot of times doctors go in and people go in and just read a book and go, oh, that was nice, and they just set it to the side, and then it just collects dust. So I'm going to highly recommend that this day forth that when you purchase a book, learn how to live the life of that book. 10 Times Rule by Grant Cardone. 2 books by Tim Grover, life-changing, is Winning and Relentless. And if you don't own these 2 books, you have to own these books. And then the 4th book has to do more with sales, but it's still an incredible book. It's called Spin Selling by Neil Hackman, I think is the guy's name, but Spin Selling. These 4 books I have completely and utterly devoured. I mean, if I had those with me tonight in the clinic, you would see that it's like, man, it looked like a coloring book. I've highlighted. I've got little stickers on there on this is important, this is important, wow, this is amazing, this is the most important part of the book. And so just those are 4 books that I highly recommend that you just at the end of this webinar just purchase those books. Now, one of the things that I see with when you build a better beta, which is not what we're trying to do. We're not trying to build a better beta male or female. We're trying to build alpha males and females. Now, the problem with building a better beta is these are people who make excuses. So if you wake up every day and you just have a litany of excuses as to why something didn't get done, you're just a follower. You're just another beta. You're just making excuses to try to build yourself as a better beta. You have to live your life by example. Like when I tell someone in my clinic, you need to do the 10-week detox, it's because I've already done it. And they know that I've already done it because I tell them. When I tell someone they need to do the Enterolab test, I've done it. I've got my results back. I live a gluten-free, casein-free diet. But see, I see so many doctors out there that, it's like, well, you need to run this test, and the doctor is not living it themselves. And that's just somewhat irritating and counterproductive because you're asking someone to do something you're not willing to do yourself. The leader he has to lead from the front. Okay? And the problem is it's not this do as I say and you need to do as I do kind of thing. We've got so many just politicians. Do what I say, don't do what I do. These people aren't leaders. They're just voted into a position. And some people look up to them and aspire to these people. But again, let's try not to run down too many rabbit holes here. The point is we are building a better alpha, not building a better beta. You have to live by example. And I've given you 4 books that'll really kind of get the foundational component there. Lead by example. Second is you got to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You got it during the work week. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I study communication. I study neurology. I study metabolic care. So see, again, when I tell patients that I get up and study every day, it's not an exaggeration. I get up at 4 o'clock during the week to study so that I can be the best human being that I can be. Okay, so the question is, are you trying to build a better beta and make excuses, or are you trying to build a better alpha and lead by example? Like, for example, do you sit around and complain because you don't have enough patients in your clinic? Well, again, that's just building a better beta. You're complaining, you're making excuses. It's, oh, well, this, oh, well, a recession, well, whatever, inflation. And why is it that in my clinic, I've got people beating a path to my clinic to come in here? Literally, one of the reason that I missed out on the Tuesday night webinar is just simply this. I had a patient come in that was 18 from Memphis, Tennessee, which is almost 2 hours from here. She's 18. Her parents brought her in. She has depression and dyslexia. At the same time, I had a patient that literally flew in on Monday to come in from San Diego, California, which I was doing some therapy with. And then I had a husband and wife which flew into Tupelo 4 weeks prior, and I was having to go over their blood work with them over the phone, and they're from South Dakota. Okay, and also the parents that brought the child in had already paid $5,400 for me to do a startup. So see, again, whenever I tell you these kind of things, that I have people flying in from San Diego, California to Tupelo, Mississippi, and I'm on a phone consultation with a couple from South Dakota. You know, I'm not trying to build a better beta. I'm living this life because these people know that I get up, I study, I lead by example, and I market in my clinic. I market $16,000 a month in marketing. And I'm not just throwing money out there. That's not the point of marketing. The marketing is to get your message out. Okay? And I have at least 29 commercials, 29 separate commercials. And actually tomorrow, is going to be Friday if I'm shooting this video, is I'm actually going to the TV station tomorrow to shoot more TV commercials. So, again, are you afraid to get in front of the camera? Are you afraid to speak in public? Are you afraid to write a book? Okay, this is not going to make you an alpha male or female. This is going to put you in a person of a victim. Okay, so again, what I've done is for my clinic and for my consulting program, I've written 2 books, and both of these books are #1 new release bestsellers. And if you want to learn how to go literally stratospheric to the next level, somebody's got to train you on how to write a book. I can do that. Somebody has to train you on how to stop looking at the blinky light, this blinky light syndrome, like someone comes in with knee pain and you just focus on the knee, or somebody comes in with peripheral neuropathy and you just focus on the foot. And these receptors that are in our feet and in our knee, these are presynaptic to your cerebellum and brain. So when those receptors decrease in their function, the entire neurological system from the receptor to the cerebellum to the contralateral brain, all of those decrease in its function as well. So anytime we lose endurance because of decreased function, we start to have focus, attention, and concentration issues. So one of the things I'm going to challenge you to do is to actually, the next time a patient comes into the clinic, be a freaking leader and lead. Be the doctor and tell the patient what they need and what your best recommendation is. Just do yourself a favor and do the patient a favor and just ask them, okay, I know that you have chronic knee pain or hip pain or whatever the problem is, and we know that these nerves, these receptors that are in your knee, they are presynaptic, which means they fire into your cerebellum and brain, and this can cause decreased brain function. And the first symptoms of a decreased brain function is focus, attention, and concentration. And then when this problem is not solved, it actually will get worse. Things tend to do that when you don't take care of them. And by getting worse, we're going to go from focus, attention, and concentration to depression, anxiety, and insomnia. And so I literally had a lady I started up this afternoon. And she and her husband came in. She came in for knee and hip problems. And then by the time, that's what was her symptoms were. By the time we got finished, it was actually fibromyalgia, and I have depression, because I know how to lead from the front and help people maximize their recovery. And so what she actually has is a neurological and a metabolic program. And so this lady, I literally put her on a 9-month program, and it was over $15,000, and they went up and paid for it. Okay. And again, this might seem out of context for some of you, and it's because you're not playing at this alpha level. You're playing at some kind of beta level where you're just hoping a patient's going to come in. You're hoping that they're going to do care because you're only seeing one patient this week. And so we've got to lead from the front, and leading from the front means you've got to get out there and you got to put yourself out there. Putting yourself out there means that, yes, you're going to get criticism no matter what you do. Okay. In case you didn't notice, I'm bald-headed, I've got glasses, and I've got a gap between my front teeth. And it's just who I am. And if people have a problem with that, that's their problem, not my problem. Okay. So my point is, people may criticize me because I don't have any hair, or I have glasses, or why haven't you fixed your teeth? Because I'm not going to. Okay. I don't need your approval, for me to sleep well at night or to know who I am. And see, people are so thin-skinned that any type of criticism, they're just beat down like a little wimp. All right. If you are an alpha male or an alpha female and you lead from the front and you're a true leader, you know there's going to be times where you're going to get your ass handed to you. And no matter, even if you're a beta male, you're going to get your ass handed to you. Alphas know how to step up and rise to the occasion and keep forging and moving forward. So one of the things I would like to ask you is, how much are you marketing a month? What is your marketing budget? Because if you want to, I'm talking from a cash practice only, if you're wanting to collect $100,000 a month, at a very minimum, you're going to have to invest in your marketing $10,000 a month in marketing. Any business that's out there will tell you that you have to invest 10% of your income into your marketing if you want to thrive. And again, not if you're making $30,000 a month, I'm not saying put in $3,000 in marketing. I'm saying you have to put in as to what you want to collect each month. If you want to collect $100,000, you're going to have to start investing $10,000 a month in marketing at the bare minimum. Okay. And again, see, I'm not telling you to do something I'm not already doing, because I'm investing at least $16,000 a month in very, very powerful, specific types of markets. Okay, so, and I'm going to close with this tonight. Okay, you are only a victim of 3 things, and please write this down. You're a victim of 3 things. Number 1, victim of laziness. Okay. At some level, we're all kind of lazy, if you will. Okay. There's things you need to do. There's probably some things I need to do today that I didn't do. Okay. But we have a tendency to be lazy, but we're a victim of laziness. We're a victim of ignorance. We're all ignorant of something. Okay. Maybe you're ignorant of neurology and you're thinking, man, I could never learn this. Trust me, you can. I train doctors all over the world how to take functional neurology and apply that in a way that you understand it, and actually the patient understands why you're unique and why you're going to change their life when no one else is. So laziness, okay, ignorance, and poor decision making. These are the only things you're a victim of. Everything else is an excuse. Okay. Now, with that being said, I want to invite you to my upcoming Barlow Brain and Body Institute seminar, which is level 3, and we're going to be focusing on the brain and how to deal with brain-based disorders. And so here's what's going to happen. Some of you are going to fall right into that victim stage and go, man, it's like, and this laziness is going to come in. Well, I don't know if I can make it to that, or I don't know if I can afford that, or I don't, whatever. Okay. So again, laziness kicks in, because as soon as I tell you that this program will change your life and your patient's life if you attend that, then see, a victim is like, starts making excuses. And that's just part of the victim mentality. So we're only victims of laziness, ignorance, and poor decision making. So don't make a poor decision. Be at my upcoming seminar, my level 3 in Tupelo, Mississippi. Stop being lazy, stop being ignorant, and stop making bad decisions. So get those 4 books. Let's lead from the front. Let's manage our marketing, and then get a book published. If you don't know how to do it, call me, and I'll show you how to do it. And I have a publisher that can help drive your book to number 1. And when you do that, it changes everything. Now go be a leader.